has increased from 40% to 70%.
Whoa.
Now, the whole purpose of superannuation was so that people could live well in their retirement. But how can you live well in your retirement if you've got a mortgage?
Superannuation is just not holding up, as he just said there. The industry super funds are delivering 6 to 8% average per year. What is that going to give you? It's going to give you absolutely nothing. That's a wake-up call for everyone.
You won't be retiring at 65. If you're 20 now, you won't be retiring till you're 80, maybe 90. Because you won't have enough money to retire.
You're going to have to be working till you're 80 or 90. But the way he frames it, though, is that just enjoy it. He doesn't actually provide a solution of, hey, maybe if you do want to retire at 65 or even earlier, what should you do? I've got a solution. I'm Matthew Fraser, and this is Crypto Collective. After making millions with Amazon and e-commerce, I realized that if I was starting again today, crypto would be my first choice. I'm here to help you take your first steps and build real wealth. Ready to set yourself up for life? Let's go. Hey guys, welcome to Crypto Collective. My name is Matthew Fraser, and today is reactions. Let's get into it.
Please tell me you have seen this video. It's one of the funniest videos ever. So this guy is an online rug puller in crypto. He's based in Dubai. His name is Online Boss, and he's got a bad reputation for basically rugging a lot of meme coins. And this guy is a streamer named HS TikToki. So he paid HS TikToki $10,000 to do a promo for his crypto project. And he took the money and then later found out it was going to be a rug, or had feelings it was going to be a rug, and didn't post. Okay, that's a good business move. You're not posting a rug pull. But he kept the money and he didn't want to give it back. So now this guy found him in the streets of Dubai. There's literally a video of him chasing him down saying, where's my $10,000 I paid you when you didn't do the promo? And he goes, well, of course I didn't. It was a rug pull, and
I get the money.
And now everybody's kind of 50-50 because this guy, the rug puller, is saying, hey, like, I gave you $10,000 and you didn't do anything. And this guy, everybody's saying, well, the rug puller. So now Online Meme Boss literally is threatening him in this exact video.
Are you following this?
I will kill you and go back to jail if you don't give me my $10,000 back. This is a guy who claims to be a multi-millionaire because he traded meme coins. That didn't happen. He made money rugging people. So that's why everybody loves this guy right now.
Oh, that's brilliant. I've got to say, I love the fact that he's kept the $10,000 from the guy who was paying him to do the rug pull. And this is why you got to be so careful when it comes to, I don't want to say just meme coins, but just crypto projects in general. There was this one just recently, like last week, it was called Mantra, and it went down 90%. People lost something like $6 billion. And now the owner of that project is sort of walking around trying to say that he didn't rug pull, but there were definitely some things that you need to look out for. And this is a classic example right now. You've seen it live on TikTok. There are people out there who are paying other people to promote meme coins or projects that eventually are going to get rug pulled, and you are going to lose your money.
The Ripple CEO just told all of us XRP holders what.
Before I even go into this one, it says XRP, and my team loves sending me the XRP ones because they know I'm going to have to talk about XRP, and then they know that I'm going to say something, and then they know the XRP army is going to come after me. Hey, they're going to say, Bitcoin's going to zero. Come on, XRP army, I love you. I love you.
Plan is for the rest of 2025. And Brad
what's the plan?
Basically just told us that no. The answer is no. Ripple is not trying to go with an IPO here in 2025.
Oh, okay.
Now, he did say that this could change, but he mentioned this weeks ago. He just reiterated it very recently here at a forum that he was a part of. And he said that's not Ripple's focus.
Okay, great. It's not Ripple's focus. So therefore, what's my advice? Buy Bitcoin. Oh, here we go.
And I know who's behind Bitcoin. And it ain't some fucking Japanese guy in a cave. I know the guy. And when that comes out, you heard it here first. Bitcoin is going to zero.
You heard it here first.
When it comes out, zero.
You heard it here first, folks. Bitcoin's going to zero. What's so interesting now, as I've now blown up all over Facebook of all places, everyone's coming after me. Anything related to Bitcoin, and everyone's commenting, Bitcoin's going to zero. Bitcoin's a scam. Bitcoin's a Ponzi scheme. And it's always from people who are less successful than me, which is a strange thing. And the question should be to them, wonder what Matt's doing. You know, he's a pretty successful guy and he's investing a lot of his money into Bitcoin. Maybe he knows something that you don't know.
Of that superannuation, $600 billion is actually invested offshore. Now, what's interesting about that is in 1990, Bob Hawke came out and said that the money raised by superannuation would be invested right here in Australia. Well, according to the latest numbers, I should qualify that, that's pre-COVID, over 20% of the money invested in superannuation is actually invested offshore. Imagine the number of jobs we could create here. Imagine the number of dams, the number of, the amount of high-speed rail we could build. But wait, that's not all. The number of people actually retiring with a mortgage has increased from 40% to 70%.
Whoa.
Now, the whole purpose of superannuation was so that people could live well in their retirement. But how can you live well in your retirement if you've got a mortgage? It's counterproductive.
Exactly.
It's counterproductive. And the other thing, of course, is, and we
Super ain't doing
can see this,
too
we saw
well.
this in Greece, and we're seeing this with the defined benefit schemes in the US now, is that it's actually a Ponzi scheme. And I'll explain why. Because for people
you
like
shouldn't be
myself,
shocked.
my generation, we'll be the first generation with 40 years of superannuation. When 2030, 2035 comes around, we'll be able to pull out 40 years in one hit. Did you know what that means? We're going to need another 40 people coming behind my generation. For every person that takes out 40
good
years
point.
worth of super, you're going to need 40 people putting in 1 year's of super, worth of super, assuming that the contributions and withdrawals are the same per person, and I realise they're not, or otherwise withdrawals are going to start exceeding contributions. And you know what that's going to cause? That's going to cause a crash on the stock market.
Chaos.
And that was actually discussed in COVID. They were jumping up and down about how if we allowed young people to access super, it would actually cause stock market prices to fall. Well, wait until you get the people from 1970 onwards with a full 40 years of superannuation savings ripping out that lump sum in superannuation.
There's so much I could talk about with Senator Rennick's speech on superannuation. The first thing to know is that superannuation is just not holding up. As he just said there, 70% of people that retire now have a mortgage. The industry super funds are delivering 6 to 8% average per year, right? Now, that's not even keeping up with inflation, and that's why it's destroying people. You're going to actually need at this point nearly $600,000 to retire on as a single person and $700,000 as a couple. What is that going to give you? It's going to give you absolutely nothing. And the industry super funds consider that a comfortable retirement with that sort of money. It's an absolute joke. And that's why I'm so passionate about self-managed super and you taking responsibility for your own actions to build wealth outside of the industry super funds. Look, I understand it's not for everybody, but for those people who want to build generational wealth within their self-managed super for retirement, I'm telling you, there is an answer for you, and it's not in the industry super funds. It's actually through Bitcoin. Hey guys, just quickly, if you've been thinking about using your self-managed super fund to invest in Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies, but don't know where to start, or you don't want to deal with the complexity, you need to check out CoinStash, today's sponsor. They make it easy to set up your SMSF account so you can access digital assets like Bitcoin on a trusted Australian platform. I personally use their platform. It's secure, intuitive, and fully compliant with Australian regulations. Best of all, their team walks you through the entire account opening process, step by step, with their same day, seamless and fast onboarding experience. They even work with a bank so you can manage your SMSF transactions all in one place. If you want to take control of your super and start building your crypto portfolio properly, use the link in the show notes to book a free call with their SMSF team. Now back to the episode.
Elon Musk is about to change crypto forever. This shit's crazy. I told you guys about X Money and how this is literally going to skyrocket crypto. Well, they're also dropping X Shop in literally 3 days. If they're going to have a shop through X on their own platform, they're just going to have a regular way to pay for it? Probably not. They're going to be using their own payment system, which is X Money. The kicker is this is going to be using a crypto for payment. Whenever it does launch, you're going to see that crypto skyrocket. Now, look, my bets are Doge or XRP. That's the only one that makes sense. But I'm curious to hear what you think in the comments. If you want to stay up to date, be on the IG. I'll keep you updated.
Be on the IG with my man. Very interesting, because let me just say this though, I've made a shit ton of money using online shopping through Amazon and Shopify. Now Elon's talking about bringing shopping and integrating it into X, which could be an absolute game changer. So it's definitely something to look out for. And I love the way he always sticks up for the XRP. Go XRP army.
Do you want to know why Bitcoin is banned in China? It's because it's a scam. It's like a biggest scam there is. The idea is great. The tech is great. But we just use it to scam each other. Like we're literally, it's like the biggest pyramid scheme. And we're all in it together. It's weird.
We're all in it together. It's the biggest pyramid scheme that's out there, and we're all in it together. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like fiat currency. We're all tied into fiat currency. It's one big Ponzi scheme. It's one big scam, and yet we're all in it together.
You won't be retiring at 65. If you're 20 now, you won't be retiring till you're 80, maybe 90. Because you won't have enough money to retire.
Oh, that's a wake-up call for everyone.
You might be putting, you think, I'm going to put super away. Yeah, but the super you're putting away today will never be enough by the time you're 65 years of age.
Thank you.
In the current environment. Everything's going to be so expensive. It's just going to keep going up and up and up. We've seen house price, what they've done. If you think that you're going to retire at 65 or you're going to have enough money to retire at 65, you've got nothing coming. And the reason they always say you're going to retire at 65 because they make the assumption you're going to die when you're 80.
The government.
But if you're going to die when you're 100 and you retire at 65, but the assumption has been made that you're going to die at 80, you're going to have 20 years where you've got no money. So I can tell you now, you will be working till you're 80. So you might as well accept it now. I'm going to enjoy working. That's what I'm going to be doing.
That's what you got to do.
Mates.
You got to enjoy it now.
Have the same sort of view. Don't be getting pushed and pulled by different sort of points of view. And it's going to get harder and harder and harder, and therefore you got to make it more fun and more fun and more fun and more competitive and enjoy the moment. Every single moment of every day. Enjoy it. Enjoy that competition. Otherwise you're going to get left behind, and then you will complain.
I love Mark Bouros, and he's made a very, very good point. You're going to have to be working until you're 80 or 90, but the way he frames it, though, is that just enjoy it. He doesn't actually provide a solution of, hey, maybe if you do want to retire at 65 or even earlier, what should you do? He doesn't provide any solution whatsoever, except for just love the work that you do until you're 80 or 90. Can you imagine? It's already got so bad now that people can't even retire at 65. You're going to have to keep working. Now you're going to say to me, what is the solution then? I've got a solution. It's SMSF Bitcoin. And before you start throwing shit at me, I can tell you, I've already seen an increase in my own superannuation, which is all Bitcoin. It's up 50% in 1 year. How's your super doing? All right, guys, thanks for joining me on this episode of Crypto Collective, where I went deep into those reactions. And I tell you what, you can see my passion is where? It's with you retiring early with generational wealth. And that's why I believe in self-managed super fund, Bitcoin. Thanks for joining me. Take care. Thanks for tuning in to Crypto Collective. If you've enjoyed this episode, the best way to show your support is to leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcast or Spotify, and make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss an episode. You can also find more of me at I'm Matthew Fraser on all social media platforms.